This series is a wrap. Minnesota is better than the Nuggets.
Do you believe the T-Wolves are going to sweep the Nuggets?
Hell yeah, I do.
I think Minnesota is going to sweep Denver, and I think this one's done. And basketball is about to change as we know it. So there you go.
If you still don't know by now to never count out Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, then I have no hope for you, because it was entirely predictable that Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic were going to respond. They've done it their entire career, and no one has been able to stop it. I don't care if you have a 4 times Defensive Player of the Year and are considered one of the best defensive teams of the modern era, they will figure you out. I mean, how are you supposed to stop someone that can make a pass like this?
A series of fakes and 3 feet inside. Gordon, what a find by Jokic.
No, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Nikola Jokic turned a fadeaway over 2 7-footers into a reverse whip pass from the baseline. That is one of the greatest passes I have ever seen, because there is no precedent for that pass. Reggie Miller and Jamal Crawford's reaction should say it all. And to make it even better, he made a pass that was nearly as good right at the end of the game as well.
Inside on McDaniels.
Oh, look at this.
Pass to Gordon, who flushes it in.
But as ridiculous as those passes were, and as ridiculous as this shot was,
It's intercepted. Murray, good at the goal. Got it. A big time 3.
we've come to expect the unexpected from Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. One thing I didn't expect, however, was Aaron Gordon turning into the greatest player of all time. Yes, Aaron Gordon is 6'10", with the jumping ability of prime Vince Carter, the strength of an ox, and of course, well, he can shoot like Steph Curry. Wait, he can shoot like Steph Curry?
Corner 3, Gordon bucket. Here's Gordon with the long ball. 3 is good. Down low, Gordon. Shot clock at 2. This is over Gobert. Got it.
Goodness.
But seriously, what Aaron Gordon has done these last few games hasn't been the work of a role player. This has been all-star level play from him when you've needed it most, averaging 24 and 4 on 73% from the field and 73% from 3 over his last 3 games. And it's not just the offense, but defensively, he remains one of the most versatile defenders in the league. He started the game by putting Karl Anthony Towns in maximum security prison. Look at Cat's first play of the game, where he brings the ball up the floor. AG does a great job at sliding his feet, forcing Cat baseline, and making that floater incredibly difficult from that angle. Or in this play, where Cat tries to back him down to absolutely zero success before AG is able to swipe the ball away as he's on the way up. And in usual Cat fashion, he claims that he was mauled, but that looks like pretty damn good defense to me. And what makes Gordon so unique is he has the strength to go toe-to-toe with a big man like Cat, but then he's also capable of guarding a guy like Anthony Edwards. Look, I know Ant had 45 points, but the majority of those misses he did have were a result of Gordon's defense. Like here where it's a swing to Ant, and look at AG shift his hips, getting his body upright to absorb the first bit of contact, and then on the layup attempt, going up and deterring him at the rim. Or in this play, which is just a straight up isolation, Ant creates some separation with that initial bump, but it's AG's ability to recover his balance in an instant and force a miss with a great contest. This is why Aaron Gordon's scoring is strictly a bonus. He has established himself as a championship glue guy by taking on defensive assignments like this consistently. Just over the last 2 postseasons, we've seen him guard Ant, Booker, Cat, KD, Jimmy, LeBron, AD, and more players, and he's done a good job against every single one of those players. And Jokic knew this from day one, because spanning back to Christmas Day 2 years ago, he said this. But there is one other part of Gordon's game that I want to talk about, because he deserves every bit of praise right now, and it's his playmaking. If the Nuggets didn't have possibly the greatest passer ever playing at center, more people would talk about Aaron Gordon's point guard-like skills. Just look at him here bringing the ball up the floor. hitting Cat with a crossover, which forces Nas to help over, and he makes the pass to Holiday in the corner. Or here, where again he draws multiple defenders, yet has the presence of mind to drop the pass off to the cutting Brown. And my favorite of all of his passes from the game wasn't an assist, but it counted for points all the same, as he dropped this beautiful bounce pass to Jokic. And that right there is Nuggets basketball. Your 6'10" power forward dropping a dime to your 7' center making a backdoor cut. And we've seen the reversal of that happen 1,000 times. And look, let's talk about Nikola Jokic, because it wasn't just the Nuggets as a whole being questioned. Once again, the 3-time MVP, the reigning finals MVP's reputation was brought into repute. And to that, I will say one thing: stupidity. Questioning the greatness of Nikola Jokic, particularly on air like a lot of talking heads have done, should be a fireable offense, because for all the talk I've seen about him struggling these playoffs, he is currently averaging just under 28 points, 14 boards, and 9 assists a game, which means he is currently 5th in total points, 1st in total boards, and 1st in total assists. And these last 2 games, with the team's back against the wall, he has delivered. Look no further than the 4th quarter of Game 4. Following a strong first half, Jokic picked up his 4th foul early in the 3rd and was forced to sit. Luckily, he came back in the 4th and dominated. He started by getting the ball on a post-up against Gobert. Watch Jokic scan the floor to see if there's a pass available, and the movement of MPJ brings Nikhil away from the ball, so Jokic quickly barrels into Gobert, spinning off him before finishing through the contact for the and one. A minute later, Reggie Jackson, yes, Reggie Jackson, makes a very nice play, getting into the paint and kicking it out to Jokic, who has all the time in the world to line up the 3 and knock it down. And the next 2 plays, well, they were just textbook Denver basketball. The 2-man game with Jokic and Murray. 2 defenders go to Murray, and Jokic makes that floater look easy, even with Rudy Gobert lurking in the paint. And in true Jokic fashion, he made the most important bucket of the game. With the Wolves closing the gap to 7 with just under 90 seconds remaining, he gets the ball against Ant, freezes McDaniels with the fake pass before spinning baseline, and it's just a soft finish as always. Finishing the 4th quarter, scoring 16 of the Nuggets' 25 points, which was also more than the T-Wolves' top 2 4th quarter scorers combined. And Gilbert Arenas had the audacity to say Nikola Jokic can't close games by himself. How does 16 points in the 4th quarter sound, you absolute bum? But getting away from Gilbert Arenas, there is one particular group of Nuggets players that really deserve praise. Everyone on earth should know how great the starters are, but after serious question marks over whether this bench could hold up in the playoffs, they haven't just been good over the last couple of games, they have been flat out great. And there are 2 players I need to highlight: Christian Brown and Justin Holiday. A second-year player and a 35-year-old veteran who was barely in the rotation most of the year have been game changers off the bench, particularly Justin Holiday, because not only has he been automatic from three-point range, I'm talking 9 of his last 13 threes, but his defense has been stellar. Look at him here initially helping off Nas to cover the driving lane. He then slides his feet back over, and despite being physically outmatched, he absorbs the bump from Nas, and then on the way up, he is able to block the shot. He looks like a gust of wind could blow him over, but these 7-foot monsters can't knock him off his spot, and that defense has been crucial for the Nuggets. The same could all be said for Christian Brown as well, who again, he's always playing above his weight class. Just look at him here against Anthony Edwards, who has a full head of steam going downhill, but Brown manages to absorb the contact and get his hands on the ball, forcing a miss. I don't need to tell you how impressive that is to do that against Anthony Edwards of all players. And just like Holiday, not only has he been playing great defense, but he's been knocking down his shots. These 2 guys won't get any headlines, but for the Nuggets to win a chip or to advance to the conference finals, they are the 2 most important bench pieces, and it's not even close. Now, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video and want to see more content like this all throughout the playoffs and just going forward, you might as well subscribe. It's free. Either way, have a great day. Bye.